Okay, so remember that concentrated electrolyte I had in the site? Well, I added to the reservoir. I understand it's overfilled now, but it is more concentrated, so I don't have to waste dry electrolyte. And what happened is my generation did jumped up. My amperage didn't really change. Right now it's around. We started as 20, as once it heated up it went up to 30, and it still stays at 30. But the temperature of the terminals, even the ones, the plates in the middle, from being cold went up to quite warm. Negative on the side is now quite warm as well, but the positive is really hot. Now I actually have a theory why it's hot. Why is it always that plate that is hot no matter what configuration I have? Is this plates in the middle, if you see, you have PCB, right? PCB square, you have a rubber pad, you have a panel, you have rubber pad, then you have as well plastic, and it goes on. The very outer plate and the very outer plate on this side, they don't seem to have any water on the side. They only seem to have water on one side. So is the other plate. And if I'm not mistaken, when I switched the positive to this one, this terminal became really hot and this one was staying cold. So in my understanding, because there's not enough water circulation to keep it cool, that's why it becomes really hot. So the actual temperature of the two outside plates will be completely submerged into the water from both sides, will be the temperature of the middle ones. So that's not so bad then, but the outer ones are way too hot. Ow, just burned myself. So yeah, this is over full. I actually lost my pump. It turns out it was a oil pump, so after I was using it for water, it it stuck on me. So yeah, later on I'm planning on disassembling the cell generator to confirm that there, or opposite, see if there is enough space there for water to get in. Maybe they CNC the space on the inside, so there's maybe like a quarter of an inch, half a centimeter of a little space in there, so water can get in, but still there won't be enough of a circulation. Originally, I'd say the company that manufactured this, they would need to add additional plate on the side, so there will be enough room for water to circulate in both sides, because otherwise it will be a waste of surface area. See, and there's another theory I recently heard, is to supply this oxyhydrogen that has been generated into the vacuum of the engine. If I'm not mistaken, they're talking about the vacuum that is used to suck the petrol fumes out of the gas tank and recycle it back into the ignition system, right? And that could be a good idea. I haven't tried the vacuum myself, but from judging what people filmed before, vacuum and oxyhydrogen generators seem to do quite an interesting result. My rough estimated guess would be, since there is a negative pressure, will be atoms are not really that attached to each other, so production of the gas should be easier, because it would be a little easier to separate the hydrogen and oxygen from the bond they have as a form of water. So that might actually increase the oxyhydrogen production. So this is the engine. This is the car I was talking about, GM 97 Pontiac Transport. I'm new to the engine, so it will be quite interesting finding where that hole is to get into the vacuum, because I'd prefer to have a vacuum than actually just cutting the hole into the air intake. I believe that is the air intake. You have throttle control here, for cruise control and for the throttle pedal. There's the two throttles there, so we'll see. Right now it's been running for about 30 minutes. More electrolyte added, as I told you earlier. Amperes still stays the same, 30-32 amps right now, and wires are really hot, except negative doesn't mind. Positive are hot, so I'm quite close to the stage where I'll just drain this and disassemble it, because this doesn't seem to have enough to power either portable generator. I have one like this. This is a 800-900 watts. I understand this is a small one. It has no separate oil in there. So oil was added to the petrol, so if left running and just oxyhydrogen for too long, I believe pistons will seize with no lubricant, so that wouldn't be a good idea. Getting a 8,000-9,000 generator would be a good idea, since it can lubricate itself. But whatever is generated right now is nowhere near enough to power a small motor like that. Disappointing, to be truthful with you guys, but adding more electrolyte only increases the temperature. Vacuum so far could be the only last thing I could try to see if it increases. I'd plug the vacuum into it, but it will explode, so I need some pump that doesn't produce spark. That'd be interesting. Anyways, this is the cover for now. If anything interesting comes up, I will film it as well, but my estimate from now, next step will be disassembling the Monster Mega Brick 773 hydrogen cell made by Transitional Technologies. Their website is hhokidsdirect.com, and that's that. I'll see you guys later.